Preeya, nothing beats spring rolls, but these are rice paper spring rolls, nice and crunchy on the outside and extremely flavoursome on the inside. Now you can see here, I've got my bowl here, I've got some pork mince, nice and lean. I love pork, it just absorbs all these flavours and stays juicy as well. Some shallots that have been chopped nice and fine, I did them myself, so they would be nice and fine.
Oh, okay.
And some Thai basil and some coriander, chop, 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 all nice and fine. And carrot. We love carrot, nice and sweet, and that helps to fill it out and give you some bulk as well. Now, to that, I'm going to add a little bit of coconut sugar that's going in there, some white pepper that's been ground. I love white pepper that's been ground. It just goes through everything, gives you that lovely flavour.
And it's a bit milder, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I've got some fish sauce here, about a tablespoon of that. And here's some mushrooms. If you can chop them nice and fine for me. Now, if you have trouble chopping them fine, you could always use like a cheese grater that chops them fine as well. But I'm sure you'll be able to do it with a knife.
Just
they're nice.
sliced, correct?
Just slice them and chop them up.
Okay.
It's just slice and chop, that's it. So they're nice and fine all the way through.
Right.
While you're doing that, which will keep her busy for a while, these are rice noodles that have been soaked in a little bit of hot water. See how they're chopped up nice and fine like that? And what I did is chop them up with a pair of scissors so that they go all the way through this mixture. And they're still quite firm because I'll help to soak up the juices from the mushrooms that you've chopped nice and fine and the pork as well.
Wow,
so
the pressure's on today, Chef.
There
He's
we go.
expecting a lot from me and I'm copping a lot as well.
Well, not really. I'm not expecting much at all, so you can be assured of that one. I've also got some egg going in here. I'll crack the whole egg on top of it like that.
It's a tough day for me in the kitchen.
And then we've got some garlic and ginger. It's always a tough day in the kitchen. Isn't that good? You've done one mushroom. That's great. And I've put the rest of it together. I've got some garlic and ginger that's been finely minced. In that goes. And I'll hand that off to you.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll help you here. I'll just grab all these mushrooms here, move them over here. I'll give you one, and then I'll have the other. And I'll show you how we do it. We just chop it like this. You got that?
Okay, here we go. I didn't know you meant roughly chopped. Okay.
Rough, like that. There we go. And you just chop it. I mean, this is another way of chopping where you can pop it on the board here. And you can, it's almost like a swashbuckling, you know, like you're fencing. You just see, I'm up here.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Wow, that's
I used to do fencing as a kid. And yeah.
It's hard to know with you. Did you do that with Uncle Bob?
We did it with Uncle Bob. He taught me how to fence really, really well.
There you go.
Pick this up here like that. Pop the mushrooms into there.
There you go.
They're really good. Yeah. They're really well done, those ones.
At all,
I like how you did those mushrooms. It's interesting. Now, we're going to pop these onto here like that. Now, grab some salt and pepper, Preeya.
Can do.
That's it. Plenty of pepper on there. I like the coarse black pepper as well as the white pepper together.
I love it. 2 peppers.
So you got, more pepper the better. So you crunch up together, and then with this fork here, I'll just, what you do is you just...
That's okay, I've got this.
You okay? You got that one?
Yeah, mash it together.
Sort of mash it together, and look, after about a minute or so, what you need to do is get your hand in there and you sort of mush it up a little bit.
Or you can just use a spatula. I'll see how I go.
You can, and try and keep most of it in the bowl if you can, because we need this to actually get the next part of it, which is the rice paper.
Okay.
That's it. Keep going, mixing it up like that.
Okay, don't worry.
You sure you don't want to get your hands in there?
I can.
Because you can get your hands in there and get them a little bit dirty.
I've washed these for everybody at home.
There we go. While you're mixing that, and you're doing a fantastic job of that,
Thank you.
I'm going to reach over here and show you my little pro tip for doing rice paper rolls. This is some kitchen towel or some chucks, they like to call it. Normally, you clean the benches down after that. Apparently, that's what it's used for. I like to use it for this because I've got my rice paper over here, and you can see these are square rice paper sheets, which are perfect for this thing. I've also got some water here. So I'll bring this water up here onto the bench, and you'll be able to see this next step. I pop it into the cold water here like this. Make sure it's immersed and soaks for a couple of seconds. And because I'm using cold water, it takes a little bit longer, but also gives us plenty of time to roll it all together.
I thought you were going to say plenty of time to chastise someone in the kitchen.
No, well, I can. You know, I've mellowed over the years.
This is mellow,
and I just take it nice and easy. I don't chastise people. I try and...
Are you content with this, Chef?
That looks fantastic.
Lovely.
You know, you've mixed everything there together beautifully, and we've got lots of noodle in there. See, it looks really nice, and it smells beautiful as well, doesn't it? There we go. So once you've got this, and this is why I use the chucks, it keeps it nice and moist underneath, so you're not drying it out on the board and it's nice and clean. Yeah, especially if there's sort of muck all over the board here, it keeps it nice and clean as well.
Okay.
And then I just sort of squish it out like that. It's like a little sausage. And then with one side here, I'll pick it up on that side there, pop it down like that, pinch it down, and then fold the other one over there like that. See how it's starting to soften up? And it gives us plenty of time to put it all together. And then I'll just roll it over, tuck it in to try and get as much air out of it as you can. Tuck it in and then roll it up like that. And you've got a lovely little spring roll ready to go.
Lovely.
We're going to make a few more of these, but once they're ready, what we do is if we've got some oil all ready to go, we just pop them into the oil. Now, the trick is to pop them in when not let them touch together, because if they touch, they get all sticky. So you'll see this will start to bubble away.
Lovely.
In it goes like that. Preeya, you and I are going to make a whole lot more, because you see this one here? You fold it out like this, and it's the double.
Great.
Perfect for 2 people. So you and I will start rolling these out. We'll make it up, and while these are cooking, we're going to make a little knock nam, a little sauce dressing to go with it, and I'll show you how we serve them up with lettuce cups.
Oh.
We'll tell you about it later.
Later.
Okay, Preeya, taking the last couple out here. You can see they're nice and crispy on the outside.
They really are. Look, I love that you're doing this with the rice paper rolls, because normally when I've had a spring roll with you, you're using the spring roll wrapper. So I like this slight point of difference. You could also do these in the air fryer, which is what I would do at home, just to reduce the amount of saturated fat.
Sounds like a great idea. I haven't got an air fryer, but I've heard they're really, really good.
Really good.
Maybe one day I might get one and have a little play with it and see what happens. I believe they're good for chips as well, potato
Kale
chips.
chips.
For
Yeah,
kale
oh
chips.
yeah, or potato
Kale
chips.
chips.
Yeah. I grow the kale and my kids love them. It's lovely.
I'm going to put some of this Thai basil in there, a little bit of coriander as well. Hopefully you like the coriander.
Yeah, I do.
And I've got some of the dipping sauce here. It's like a nut nam. I'll put some soy sauce in there and a few other bits and pieces. And I'm going to give
that for
this
me?
to you.
Thank you very much,
To
Chef.
dip it in the sauce and have a taste of that. Tell me how crunchy it is and how lovely it is.
I'll tell you what it is.
Great
Hold
for a
on.
dinner party. Now, I love wrapping them in the lettuce leaf because it gives you a little bit of crunch as well and sort of cools down that hot spring roll.
I love this. I really, really like the flavours within the spring roll, but I love this freshness on the outside.
Yep.
Like I said, I would probably air fry these just to reduce the saturated fat, but this is a really, really yummy spring roll, and that sauce as well.
And a great way to get the party started.
Yeah.